take a look at Japan. It is time. Yes. Let's see the summary. New synchros. That's a long line of synchros. Alphino gets a new synchro. Zidane, Edge, Rosa, Iridia, Vincent, Titus, Terra, Ramza, Alphino, Red 13, Gladiolus, Oron. Also known as Olan in the superior version of the game. 4 new limit overflows. Edge, Iridia, Bartz, Noctis. Limit flashes, a new Soul Break type. Zidane, Palom, Locke, Minwoo, Titus, Snow, Creel, Kefka. Oron, New Awakening. So Oron's got a bunch of shit, huh? Gladiolus Chain. Alphino and Vincent get new Ultras. We're gonna see those. What are they putting on Ultras? New Ultras 6 months from now. They better be nice and power creeped. As good as some Awakenings. And new Glints, Zidane, Edge, Iridia, Vincent, Terra, Gladiolus, Oron. Record boards, Edge, Rosa. Palom, Vincent, Red 13, Gladiolus, Oron, Kefka. See any standout record board abilities? 6 single target wind for Zidane, no. Edges is very interesting. PHY-NIN damage. 4, 5, 6 single hybrid. Water, fire, lightning based on physical blink. So Edge becomes the ninja mage. Rosa gets Hermetica hero ability. Vincent, physical BLK 6 times, whatever. Titus. If crit on the first 5, 1-time single target range water with a higher multiplier. I guess. We really just prefer a 6-hit ability. Or, I mean, ideally with Titus, you don't want to be using abilities at all. You want to use you want to be dual casting his sync commands. But sometimes it may not be possible. Terra. Terra gets a 5-hit ability? Okay. Ramza, Quadrasection. 4 times single holy and self quick cast 1? Question mark? Yeah, last one ignores defense, but I'm not sure that that's useful for anything. Is it worth losing a hit? And is 4 times single holy worth giving yourself quick cast? For Ramza? I don't know. Oh, kind of like Alphino's. Party 1k heal. 5 single target wind. So it's better than a 6-star ability and has a party 1k heal. Well, Alphino is the golden child. One of the few good abilities here. Red 13. Just 10% Imperil Earth. It says single... Oh, it's BLK. Okay. just no chance. Red 13 just becomes a machinist. Okay. Gladiolus. 6 single earth long cast time. Self damage resist and use reduces cast time. Okay, so it gets faster the more you use it. Kind of like that. 6 and some added benefits. Yeah, I'm assuming a lot of these are meant to be used with 6. Some of these are good standalone abilities, though. And finally, we get to Oron, Celestial Stasis. For those of you who've played Tactics, this is his signature ability. Area of Effect, Remove Haste. Party Physical Quick Cast 2. I'm assuming this is supposed to be comboed with Sync. Oh, the remove haste is enemy. Okay. I suppose I should have assumed, but... I mean, that's really good. If that's enemy remove haste. I was like... his haste, or his sync better provide haste somehow. I don't know, because this would cast after the haste. So I'm like, this is kind of shit. But no, if that's enemy remove haste, then that's fine. Yeah, physical Allegro con moto is very nice. Also, I'm gonna skip ahead to wherever Oron's sync is. Because I want to know what I can combo with that. Instant area of effect Penta Break. Party Quadra Buff Synchro. Okay. Yeah, it's not the same, but it's close enough because there's nothing else in the game that does that. Instant Cura Heal? No, oh, not Instant Cura Medica. And Instant Cast 1. Yeah, who needs... who needs Ovelia? Who needs Alma? Oh, it's a heal that gives Instant Cast to somebody. Ah, okay. That's different. It's an instant H55 Medica? What's going on here? That'd be gross. And you link up his hero ability to that, and holy shit. Well, this is nice. His Awakening gives us stock for chasing Bard like Deuce. Okay, well, that's hero abilities. Let's check out Banner 1. Instant ATB 3. Just front-loaded. I gotta clone this so I can... So no cast time on thief abilities. I'm assuming his synchro abilities count or have a thief school. Okay, why wouldn't they? Please never make Zidane anything other than a thief. So 6 single target short cast time, but you don't care about that if you're under trance. His hero ability 6. But that won't matter. Because the instant cast Thief on his trance would trigger off of the sync ability, not the hero ability. So, yeah, it just matters that this is Thief. I'm assuming the short cast time is just Thief cast time, which is 1.2. So, you know, it's not that big of a buff. Yeah. Yeah, well, Zidane is instant ATB 3. It removes so much of the fuckery that you have to deal with the other ATB things. So you can just annihilate as soon as you cast that sync. You just cast the sync and then go absolutely crazy. I love it. I love it. So that's really powerful. Edge sync, 15 single target, hybrid. Sync mode, trial mode 3? What does 3 mean? You got Ebel immunity. 2 stacks. Clearly, I'm assuming that means you get stacking mode as well. Chase 3 sync attacks. And water, fire, lightning. Oh, man. Am I wrong in saying that this is really, really good? Well. Okay, well, second item on the banner. Seems awesome. Rosa Sync, Instant Party Medica, Kiraja, Medical Blink, Magic Blink 1, High Quick Cast 2. Oh, Rosa powers up, huh? If I remember correctly, her Awakening isn't that great at all. Her USB 2, though. Now she gets a synchro, a powerful synchro to pair with her USB 2. Instant Party Magic Blink 1. Is that rare? I don't know that much about the events that happened between the previous festival and this one. I think I made a comment earlier about me liking panic button stuff like this. Like, not panic button, but... You know, you know a big attack is coming that's defeatable with this, and you just save yourself a bunch of damage. So anyway, Rosa Synchro seems really good. Edge limit overstrike, overflow. So this is my first time seeing limit flashes. Instant party and wind. Okay, well they seem pretty simple. Instant party and lightning for Palom. Is that... Would I be wrong in saying that these don't seem that great? I think for some realms they could be. But 9 and 4 in particular are, you know, prismatic. Marcus, Freya. Yeah, well that's what I'm saying, it's for 6-star Magicite. But, you know what's going to happen for me by the time I get to this, we get 6 months into the future here, I'm going to say, pull for Phantasm, and use those relics that you get for Phantasm to defeat 6-star Magicite. Don't pull for old content, or you just remain perpetually behind. But it's not like this banner is bad for Phantasm. This, you know, all this stuff up here is really good. It will, but then when it returns at 6 months after this, then you do it all over again. Edge Awakening. It's Awakening 2? Or is this old? It looks old. Palom's is old. King's is old. Echo... at least this is Echo's Healer Awakening. I meant, I understand that, but, I guess I was asking, like, I didn't know that if Edge had gotten a second awakening after this, if this was a possible second awakening that I missed, or it was the one that I know of in Global. This is the one that I know of in Global, and so is Palom's. Pretty top-heavy banner, but the stuff on the top is pretty awesome. The problem, Final Fantasy IX does have a good amount of wind, but if you do go wind team, you are using some of the less spectacular DPS in the realm, like Marcus and Freya. Where Steiner is okay. He's very tri-elemental, fire, ice, and lightning. He can use wind, and I suppose that's fine. Like, because Steiner has the Realm Chain. So if you were to use him, then that would be okay. But you do give up Vivi, Kuja, Beatrix, who are, you know, some of the strongest DPS in the realm. But, you know, I guess you probably don't care if you got Zidane's Sync or something. you gladly use the lesser tier stuff. Why can't Vivi Wind? He can, but it's not going to be very good. Yeah, he's stuck using Meltdown. His woke is fire, but that would still apply to Meltdown. So what you would do is use his Awakening and then use the Limit Glint to overwrite his End Fire. So he would have End Wind, Fire Awakening, dual cast Meltdowns. Difficult to use, and unfortunately be limited to 4 hits. But I guess it's VV with 50% chance to crit, or 50% chance to dual cast. It would still be pretty decent. Probably better than Freya, at least. The glints are fine. Hello, Hugh. Take a look at Banner 2. Holy shit. Rydia and Vincent. Rydia gets her water sink. 10k stock. Eidolon mode, alright. I'm assuming the 10k stock has some kind of lore. Oh, it's party stock? Hmm. That's for free. Okay, so the defend command is Eidolon King's Roar. If you have Eidolon mode, then self to 50% damage resistance 4 and exit Eidolon mode. It's alright, it's only self. Right. You're probably right that it's just there to prevent her from blowing herself up. All right. Let's think about how good this is outside of a Frit, though. Is it just a normal sync summoning, 6 attack? Not that that's bad, especially in Rydia's hands. So it's basically just a water sync for Rydia, and that's good because she does some weird stuff with her sync and Awakening. Vincent. You better have good commands, because... Oh, yep, you have good commands. 6-hit hybrid attack that also Imperial fires. Yeah, as long as they keep giving her elemental sinks, then she can do the the crazy black magic thing with all of her shit. Defend command, demonic flame, overflow, self-fire, ability damage 30% 2 turns, Vincent Trance. So yeah, I mean this first command makes it all worth it. Just straight up 10% peril fire and say you sink a machinist ability onto that. So, yep, I like that sync. Shadow's old, but not in global, right? We haven't seen Shadow sync yet? Yeah, giving him a hybrid, what is basically a machinist ability, is awesome. Shadowhound mode. When his damage resist gets removed. He gets a 2-hit attack and then another turn of damage resist. Now, ninjas are just good, but it doesn't seem like a very inspiring sync. Yeah, but it's only self-damage resist. Reduce, whatever. Oh, does this happen every time? Okay. Alright, that's a little better. It's only 10 hits, though. Even if this triggers 5 times. I mean, think about what other people's syncs do with their hit counts. It's only 10 hits. So you're sacrificing damage output from your sync just to get 5 turns of damage resist. So not really a big fan of that, even though it's Shadow, so it doesn't really matter. There's, you know, like 2 dark ninjas in the game, Shadow and Kyros. And ninjas are just awesome, so... Yeah, I know it's on top of 8 hits, but ninjas already do that, you know? Shadow's good because he's a ninja, not because he's of the synchro. It's kind of what I'm saying. It's not the relic. Rydia limit overflow 4 times. Lock, fire, limit flash, Minwu, holy limit flash. Minwu, limit... You've got Furion? Leon? It's definitely for Magicite. This is not for the Final Fantasy II realm. I mean, it's good that he can give himself Unholy, but you gotta be careful because you can overwrite the Unholies or the N elements on the rest of your team. In Phantasm, Lock, Party, and Fire. On the other hand, useful. Okay, got me. You got me. There's a lot of fire in Final Fantasy VI, so Locke, okay, buddy. That's a good limit flash. Good for Magicite and for Phantasm. Now, Shadow's Awakening, I remember being a lot better. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Dark, holy, water. You know we've entered the Phantasm era. Give no shit to elemental coherence on banners now. Sure, that Ultra's fine. That was one of the new Ultras that was getting put in the game. So, you know, don't have to use Vincent's BSB2 for Fire Radiant Shield anymore. It's true, Borat. 3 Glint Pluses, Rydia, Switch Draw. Vincent, instant 500 Soul Break points. I like that. What is Shadow doing getting one of these? What? I mean, this makes sense because he's a... I've only ever seen this come out on chain holders and, like, support type characters. Shadow has a chain. Well, I guess. Sure. It doesn't feel right for Shadow to be anything but a strict 100% attack character, you know? Okay. Tell me, right now, I will accept it. If you tell me that Shadow's chain animation has Interceptor. If it has Interceptor, I can get behind that as being supporting. His unique abilities Interceptor. Not good enough. Is the chain animation, does it have Interceptor? Banner 3. 4 synchros. What is it with Banner 3? Animations aren't out yet, I don't think. Okay, Titus Synchro 2. $10K stock. Alright. Abe's Ace Mode. What the fuck is up with these letters? Quick ATB, high quick ATB? He just chases Sharpshooter with this shit? So it's only the first and the second. First you get quick ATB, and the second Sharpshooter you get high quick. I do like that they happen passively, but Zidane is still the god. Just gets 3 passive ATBs. No, it keeps going? Oh, so does it alternate? Right, the plus. Okay. Well, if he just gets an ATB manip every single turn, what the fuck? What the hell is wrong? Titus would just be disgusting. Yo, I just casually took 16 actions during my synchro. It's not that much, but still. Or Rems is like Queen, because that's a full passive for 15 seconds. At least with Titus's, you do lose one turn because you need to trigger it on your first action. Unless it gets it on cast. I didn't actually see that. No, I don't see any ATB manip on cast. So you do have to wait a full turn before the mayhem starts. Okay. Sure. Some pretty unspectacular... Wait a second. 6 single target and water ability damage plus 30%? So you just get that? Yeah, it's just quick, but it's perma-quick. So it's about on par with Titus, because Titus is going to have some high quick in there. What's the catch? I don't think there is one. Abe's ace mode is kind of confusing. Alright, well... I mean, the way that it's written here seems pretty obvious, but... how is it not alternating ATB? And that doesn't seem all that powerful compared to someone like Rem, who is extremely powerful. It's not that surprising that Titus would be made as powerful as Rem. Oh, then it's perma high? That would make sense too. That's even better than Rem. So one turn of regular ATB, one turn of quick ATB, then from that point on, it's a 60% ATB reduction. As long as you keep using sharpshooter abilities. That's gross. That's disgusting. He'll almost be instantly attacking every turn for all 15 seconds. Just machine gun, limited by homes. Seriously. You may want to alternate just so you don't blow through one ability all at once. Alright, well, there's that. Terra. Another one of these. A trance mode appearing on the synchro. Hopefully, like Vincent, she gets a good command. Oof. Yeah, it's pretty underwhelming. Yeah, that's like a release candidate synchro. This should have been one of the first synchros in the game, because it's so much weaker than everything else, every other synchro. Ramza. Oh shit. Fudge. Whoa, Ramza and Alphino on the same banner? I'm pulling. Required. Favorite character and my son? Okay. Nothing going on here, so we better have some crazy commands. Looks like first command gives him a charge of metal. I'm assuming he starts with 0. And that's fine. So what can he do after he's charged up? Party 100% crit chance, removes all metal. Here's something that's obviously meant for Phantasm instead of Magicite. But how good is it in a realm with Orlando? Orlando Synchro doesn't give him 100% crit. Neither does Gafgarian's. I do feel like you want to be using Orlando's Awakening with his Synchro. Not maybe together, but... Well, what if you don't have to bring Tyro? There's strength in not having to bring out a realm. Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyway, it doesn't seem that great. If that's the only benefit that he gets in replacement for having no actual effect. Like Abe's Ace Mode on Titus's Synchro. Versus, you can give the party 100% crit. Alphino's Healing Sync. Instant Party Medica. Last Stand. Attack command, instant self magic mine 30% in Moonstone. What is Moonstone? Attack command with Moonstone is instant party 75% damage resist 1, removes Moonstone. Defend does not remove Moonstone, so Medica and damage resists 10%. Doesn't really replace the need for Ishtola, does he? Oh yeah, new ability. I forget about syncs, because I just don't have one. Let me see what he's got. Is it just a Medica? 1k heal? I don't know, man. Did they remove Ishtola's white magic? If they didn't remove her white magic, then she is not just a witch. LSA also off heals. Well, that's kind of neat that you could use both of them to replace Ishtola. If the boss doesn't attack. Yeah. 10% doesn't seem like enough. Okay. So there's Titus, who seems absolutely nuts. That was kind of unimpressed by these three. So even though there are 4 synchros here, I guess there's a reason there's 4 synchros here. Yeah, but she doesn't need them. Like, I mean, I said, I think I say it like every week now, is that the healer is only as good as their spammable USB. I guess with synchros in the game, that's not as true anymore. Because you could theoretically just use commands and stuff to get through the healing. Yeah, it probably is. It just... Like, Ishtola's USB 2 is just really powerful. It's a magical high quick cast 3 to party. And the Brave command allows her to keep reapplying Last Stand. It's like Aerith, it's just... Yeah, it's healing done right. And that there's just, you know, I got some grave misgivings about this. But yeah, like, if you could combine Alphino and Alcei, that's a cool flavor thing. And they could both DPS at the same time. Does Ishtola get a hero ability that's white magic and witch? Because that would be cool. If you could use her USB 2 and have her hero ability trigger and increase the brave level on her USB 2. Now that would be awesome. But yeah, you could totally do that. Use your USB 2, then use like Holysia for a turn, get yourself up to Brave 3. Then you can switch over to Witch. And use Witch until you need the Last Stand Medica. And then recast USB 2. That's okay. I'm not I don't want to go too hard for something 6 months from now. Bart's Limit Overstrike, we got... Well, this is obviously a pretty useful one for Phantasm. Party and Water. 13 is pretty decent on ice, right? No, there's only 3 people. The 3 people are decent with Noel, Sarah, and Snow. Is there anybody else? I want to say Lightning with you know, ice celerity, but none of her soul breaks work with celerity. It's all lightning, as it should be. Yeah, maybe lightning. No, the celerity ability is only ice, so she couldn't hybrid it. Like Vivi could with Meltdown, for instance. Bart's third awakening, his water awakening. Or is it third or fourth? I don't know. I've lost track. Well, there we go. Yeah. Edward's awakening is pretty good, isn't it? Isn't that just party quick cast? It's kind of similar to Mog. ATB times 2. That's also pretty cool. And Bard Awakening. What does he do with his Bard Awakening? Does he heal? Oh, it's quick ATB. Okay, it's not 2 immediate ATBs. Party quick ATB? Did I say that? Oops. Dual cast Bard. Bard rank quick cast. Whatever. Whatever. I suppose being able to cast 2 Bard abilities in a turn is cool, even though the biggest Bard ability is Allegricon Moto, and that's useless to cast twice. No party ATB. I think I just must have said that. I don't recall saying it. No, it is actually party quick ATB? What? Oh, okay. It's only for a single turn. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Not OP. Yeah, I like the Awakening. Terra's Wind Awakening, Vivi's Ice and Lightning Awakening. Elfino's Ultra. Like Cura Medica and Stock with High Quick Cast too? Okay. Well, Elfino could probably be a really good healer if he got this and his sync. I prefer the 3K stock instead of Curaga Medica. So it is Alara's USB. But better. Does he get a mind buff? Well, actually on his sync, yes. Because you're going to want to activate the Moonstone status. Oh, he has a lot of mind. He always did. He actually is a true sage. $223 is lower than I thought it was going to be. Must have been thinking of somebody else. Maybe he gets some in his record board. I'm assuming he most likely does get a bunch of mind in his record board. Oh yeah, that's true. He's missing 100 mind from that. But let's look at, like, Hilda. She's not legend dived and still has more mind than him. But yeah, with Hero, the record board and 100 Magia, he'll do fine. Which is probably better that he's got 3k HP stock, because that's fixed. Alright, I looked into that a little bit too far, but I mean, that's a new way to look at a character, so I guess that's fitting. Yeah, Edward's hero ability is relevant. Hmm. 10% damage reduction. And it's only holy. Because I kind of liked his awakening because there's no team that he's... I guess it doesn't matter if it's holy against Phantasm. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think it's... Oh, it's just a Bard ability. Right, yeah, he doesn't have a sync yet, so they don't give him a hero ability. But regardless, it doesn't change anything. Yeah, it's okay. Terra gets another Glint Plus. What's Downburst? Is this how we get Terra to be good at wind? Oh, actually. Is that like Lightning's Awakening Chase? Oh, that's Terra's Awakening. What am I doing? Okay, 6-hit chase. Well, that helps. Titus's old Glint Plus. Yeah, it helps. I'm not gonna say it goes any further than that. The sync is still not good. So the banner... Don't like it. Yeah. Banner 4. Do we have 5 banners this time? Alright. Banner 4, Red 13 sync. That's true. Aerosonith. That is what's important. On Red 13? Quick ATB? Party high quick cast 1 and self earth damage 30% for a turn. I think the way it's worded is differently. I would assume that this is quick ADB for 15 seconds for him, like Rem. Well, this seems... I don't know. I don't know what to think, because party high quick cast could be kind of interesting, I guess. Maybe not. Yeah, not on a team with Aerith. So this would be for Magic. Final Fantasy VII is weird. I actually don't like this just because of situation. Circumstances, there we go. Just Cloud and Sephiroth and Tifa. And Aerith. This is for Earth. Earth mages. And that's, not really what I want to be pulling for. At this point in the game. Gladio Synchro. %50 damage resist 1 Righteous Guard mode. Okay, you get some weird stuff. When you have a damage reduction removal, you chase with 6-hit single 4 times. Yeah. I think it would be really good on an Earth Mage team. But there's factors that would probably make it not that desirable at this point in the game. Gladio. I don't know how to feel about this. I think with the damage resist removal, doesn't... Like, as long as you make sure that you keep upping it, doesn't that turn this into basically a 9-hit command? And make him practically invulnerable? With a bunch of self-earth damage? So you get a 9-hit command 4 times to start. That seems good. Right? Then shucks, you're stuck with the 6-hit command from that point on. I like it. I guess you only need to use the command 3 times because you automatically get 1 here. So 1 there, and then 3 commands, that'll give you your 4 chases. It's more complicated than most people's synchros, but I think it adds up to being quite good. Yeah, the multiplier does matter, but also, remember, you're getting plus earth damage each successive time, and that plus earth damage stays after you're done using your counter command. So these chases, these 9 hits could probably get pretty damn big. Anyway, alright, I like Gladio's Sync. Auron. Instant... I did go over this already. Instant area effect, pentabreak. And here you go. That's the Quadra buff. So this is one reason that you wouldn't have to bring Tyro, right? Because, yeah. Hey, no problem, Era. Have a good one. So Auron would replace the need to use Tyro's OSB. Am I understanding that correctly? They debuff twice? Oh. Okay. Are there any crazy people out there that have full braked themselves to get rid of the stronger debuff? Rather than use Tyro's OSB? Yeah, so you'd have to do it as many times as you have DPS. I want to do it. No, not really. Okay, so what else does Auron do besides debuff and buff? Is it also haste? No, it's not haste. QC in stock. Pretty good with his hero ability. Limit Overstrike for Noctis, 4-hit. Creel Flash Earth. Kind of interesting that it's not fire. Earth is better. Final Fantasy V definitely leans more towards Earth than fire. Kefka Flash Dark. Kefka Shadow Super Team. Dark is a hard one, because there's so little overlap in abilities. Setzer. There we go. Those are some big brain strats. Setzer, Shadow, Kefka team. Alright, Auron Awakening. Oh, that's new, too. Connect Shell Haste since it casts 1 party 6k stock. And instant area effective spell, which I'm assuming is useful. I hope so. But, wow, Auron is really just cramping Alma's style here. Yeah, so let me get this straight. You did the Final Fantasy VI Phantasm without using Terra. Without using Locke, without using Edgar. Who did you use? Let me tell you. Yeah, I used Mog and Setzer. Suck it. Sure. Oh, right, I already went over Auron's Awakening. No, it would help quote help because it would buff their magic, but it would only counter the debuff so much since, you know, unless you overwrite that debuff, it's going to be crippling. And Mog's Awakening doesn't overwrite it. Creel, Kefka. Wait a second. I want to look at Oron a little bit more. If you got Oron Sync and Awakening, could he just be your healer? Is that enough? Red 13 Awakening. Gladiolus gets Generation 3 Earth Chain. A stacking. In Earth stacking, party 50% damage reduction. Glint Plus. That's nice. It's a nice crash debuff on a Glint Plus. It's kind of an interesting thing to have on your healer. This is a kind of a weird banner. You have to think that they changed this a little bit. There's nothing new here for Creel. Oh no, there is, or Limit Flash. Maybe not. Kefka, though. Kefka might get tossed off. It's an Earth banner. I kind of like the Creel stuff because she does have the Realm Chain for Final Fantasy V. And also does earthy things, which is good in Final Fantasy V. Oh, right. Kefka's Limit Flash. I forgot about that. And I was even talking about it with Shadow and Setzer. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I like Oron, though. Gladiolus has a good sync. Noctis a good... Or obviously, this is going to be good. Creel's good for Final Fantasy V. I think most of the stuff here... Red 13 and Kefka are kind of things I may not be interested in. And this is all old stuff. Orlando, Tyro, Seth Dark Sync. Is Seth's Glint Plus is here. Oh, it's bad Glint Plus. This banner's a mess. I can't even look at this because this banner will not look anything like this for global. So tough to really prepare for anything that's going on here. Doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason other than these are generally considered to be strong characters. Yeah, on the whole, I don't know. I think I like Banner 1 the best. Yeah, Iridia and Vincent, I don't know. I mean, Iridia is great, obviously. It's not that the banner isn't good, it's more like... I want festival banners to be stronger. Especially in the Phantasm era, I want festival banners to be stronger than event banners. Noticeably stronger than event banners. Because... they satisfy so many different needs in a spread out way instead of focused. Like, you're probably going to want to be pulling on realm banners more than festival banners here, unless one of those festival banners happens to perfectly align with everything that you want, you know? I think they do. They don't ruin, but they hurt the banners, yeah, Azumune. I'm not really thrilled with any of them. Even though I would try, and I think I could find a way to use some of them. But, I mean, so look at this, for instance. We got Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy II, Dr. Mog. I always find it better to... like, take the third banner of the current festival, for instance, in Global. Full physical fire. So you have a need. I need physical fire for a 6-star Magicite. I could pull like one of 7 relics on this banner and fulfill that need. And the same thing applies to realm banners. You know, I have a Phantasm fight that I need to do. So I'm going to pull things that are good for that Phantasm fight. Rather than, alright, I need Final Fantasy IV and I need Final Fantasy VII. But there's so much on this banner that would not even remotely help those two fights. I have a great Final Fantasy VI team. And getting, you know, Shadow and Lock stuff is just redundant. It's wasted mithril. So that's my assessment of the festival. It needed to be exceptional in order to justify being so spread out and the needs that it covers. But doesn't look like any of these banners really achieved that. I would definitely look to event banners. So it's a good thing I started doing a lot more distant previews for event banners during this time, because I think the event banners are going to be really important. This is the debut of Limit Flashes, yeah. Okay, so give me a sec. I'm gonna get a drink.